Hello, it's Peter Wright and Kathleen Beauvais in Ontario, Canada, with episode number 95 of the Yakking Show. We're getting close to that 100, and we've got a real special one lined up for you for the 100th, but that comes later. This is the show for awakening you to new perspectives, and it's where we talk about life, business, and more, and we bring you tips and ideas for the changing world we're living in, and it's really changing. If you like our show, please subscribe to the channel on which you're watching or listening, because the more subscribers we have, the more exposure we can get our guests. And you might be our guest one day if you're only a listener right now. As always, we have interesting guests. Today is no exception, but it's my job first to welcome Kathleen as our co-host. Hello, Kathleen. How are you doing?
Hi, Peter. I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, thanks. Good.
And thank you all so much for tuning into our show. We so appreciate you. And if anyone out there is interested in becoming a guest on our show, please don't hesitate to reach out to either Peter or myself. And by the way, we love reading your comments, so please keep them coming. And we do have another special guest with us today. His name is Marco Evangelista. I love your name, Marco. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you for having me, Peter. Thank you, Kathleen. Greatly appreciate it.
So, Marco, you have 30 years of experience in the retail sector and now manage 5 UBREAKIFX stores. Can you tell our audience a little bit more about your background and what led you into this particular career path?
Absolutely. I spent the bulk of my retail career, Kathleen, in the optical industry. 26 years in that, and I really spent, it was almost an equal amount of time between being in the store, being in the field, a little bit of training I did, district managing, and then I spent about 8 years or so at an executive level. I did that for 26 years, absolutely enjoyed that. And then I decided to move over to UBREAKIFX. Had a good friend of mine said, Marco, I think I've got a great job for you. I think you'll love it. And I've always liked being in the field. I've always liked that customer interaction, that employee interaction that kind of, energizes me a little bit. So I was a business consultant for all the franchisees in Canada for a while. And then I moved over and I actually worked for 3 franchisees who wanted to own a lot of the UBREAKIFX locations. And I was part of their group and helped them grow from 5 stores to 21 stores. And then they did that for a couple of years. And then they decided, you know what, I don't know if we want to be in this business. And they sold 13 of their stores to the great company I work with now, Wright, where now I oversee 5 of their locations, 3 in Southwestern Ontario, Kitchener, Cambridge, Hamilton, and I've been blessed with having 2 out in Nova Scotia, Halifax, specifically Bedford and Dartmouth.
Mm-hmm. So for those people not familiar with the franchise UBREAKIFX, can you tell our audience more about what it is this is about? What is it that you do? Well,
if you just read our name, it almost spells it out for you. You break it, I fix it. Honestly, the short answer is, we fix electronic devices. That's what we do. Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but when I'm without my electronic device, fortunately or unfortunately today, I don't know, that feeling of disconnect, just, you know what I mean? It's a horrible feeling. So we are kind of your tech next door. That's what we do. So, God forbid, and we've seen it, you drop your phone in the toilet, you pull it out, but we're going to look at it. Your child breaks your tablet, we're going to look at it for you. So from cell phones to tablets to gaming consoles, computers, laptops, drones. I mean, our motto, honestly, if it's got a power button, bring it in. We'll take a look at it for you. Chances are we can probably fix it.
Oh, that's good to know. So I got a question for you, Marco. Why would someone bring their device to you and not to the dealer that they bought it from? For instance, my phone I get from Bell. So my natural inclination, if my phone went wrong, would be to take it back to Bell. What's the advantage coming to someone like yourself, or one of your stores, should I say?
Sure. A lot of times where you purchase it, sometimes they don't offer that repair option for you. Okay, they just don't.
Mhm.
Okay, where we are, why you would bring it to us, I almost look at it as when you have a car. Okay, right? Sometimes you want to take it to the dealership if they're going to do warranty work on it for you. But a
Sure.
lot of times I want to take it to somebody I trust. Okay, and we've kind of built that reputation in there. The good thing about us as well, Peter, is we are Samsung, Google, and LG authorized, which means we
Okay.
are mandated to fix that phone to manufacturer specifications. No aftermarket parts are allowed. We have to use only original parts. So the way you got it out of the box is probably the way you're going to get it back after we repair it for you.
Okay. Yeah. No,
Right.
interesting. Good point. Thank you.
So that's,
Kathleen?
you mentioned that you fix laptops. So for instance, Lenovo, I know that you need a license in order to repair some of those laptops. Is that right? Do I have that right?
Yeah, in some case, it depends. It all depends on the device, Kathleen,
Mhm.
because a lot of devices that are in warranty, if the place you want to take it to is not certified to open it or
Mhm.
touch it, they will then take it out of warranty for you.
Mm.
Okay. So we are authorized, for example, to carry Apple authorized parts. We carry them. But if someone brings us their Apple phone that is within warranty, we have to send them back. You know, our duty to that customer, because we honestly are a customer centric, that's where our focus is.
Mhm.
We have to send them back to the Apple store. We will not repair that phone and take it out of warranty for them. We just won't
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I got one for you. I bought a reconditioned laptop from one of the major suppliers because I didn't need a laptop. I didn't need the latest one, and it was a backup really for my desktop, and I don't use it very much. So I thought, I'm not spending $1,500 to $2,000 on it. So I'm a reconditioned or rehabilitated, whatever you want to call it. And touch wood, it's done me really well. And I think I paid $300, and they said, "Do you want to take the extended service?" And I said, "What is it?" And it was $50 or something. And I said, if I do a quick calculation, I think my odds are I'm going to save money by not taking it. So on a low budget item, I normally don't take any extended dealer warranty. On a new computer for 1,000 or 1,500, I might consider it. What's your advice to consumers on that one?
That is an interesting question, and one that's hard to answer because you really have to, depending what your lifestyle is.
Mhm.
Okay. So for example, I'm a warranty guy. I like peace of mind,
Mhm.
and I don't mind paying for that in advance. So if I have to pay a monthly fee to protect, in some cases, my brand new $2,000 cell phone or my $5,000 television, I will either pay that monthly fee or give them $300 up front.
Mhm.
My wife is not a warranty person. She would never buy a warranty on her phone because she's careful with it. I'm a little bit clumsy with it, right? I just am. I've broken my screen twice, in the last probably year and a half. So that's where my warranty makes sense. For children, I would strongly recommend it. Okay. I honestly would, because chances are a teen, a preteen, they've got a tablet in their hand, something's good. And I've seen it all. We really have, from the craziest breakages. But again, it's kind of, what price do you want to put on peace of mind?
Right.
So,
And I guess what your budget will easily allow you to spend in one hit. So for me to spend $300 on another reconditioned laptop is neither here nor there. So that's why I didn't take the warranty. For me to spend $2,000 on a big desktop, it's a bit more serious. I might well take the warranty. So.
Yeah, and I'm with you as well. For $300, you know what? Now it'll outweigh its life of $300. You know what I mean? For that. I definitely agree with you there. But the bigger items, boy, it's almost like your house. That's your biggest investment. If I add up all the premiums I paid for my house insurance, versus the amount of claims I've put in, you would think, why would anybody? But are you kidding me? I want the best coverage just in case. And
absolutely.
so
let me go back to Kathleen. I think she's got something else she wants to ask you.
by all means.
I was just going to ask you, Marco, what should the average consumer look for when getting their mobile device repaired?
Me personally, I look for reputation. Okay, that I look for what type of warranty do they have. Okay, do a little bit of research on the place you're going to. Have they been there? Have they been in business for a while? Are they going to be stable? Honestly, ask friends where they get theirs done. I mean, I do, before I do anything, and I'm sure I'm not alone, I Google them immediately. I want to see, what their Google rating is, right? Are they in the 4.5 and up category? And that will tell me, and not just what the rating is, but how many people have left rating.
Yes, that's important.
Some people don't look at that. Oh my God, they rated a 4.9 on 4 reviews, where this one rated 4.7 on 3,000. Where am I going to go?
Sure.
Right? So definitely do your research, before you pick somebody. I look for convenience. Okay. So with our company, for example, we've got over 600 locations. So if you're traveling and God forbid something happens to your device, well, and you've had it repaired from us, let's say before, well, any of our locations are going to be able to take care of that for you.
That's good.
Especially if it's under warranty work. So convenience now I know is extremely important to the average consumer. I know it is to me. Absolutely. So if I'm in Mississauga and I'm going to be traveling up north to Barrie and I break my phone, I know we have a location in Barrie that's going to be able to take care of me if I'm away for the weekend somewhere. So that to me is important as well.
That's good. Yeah, that's very important. What are the most common repairs that people bring, particularly phones, in for?
By far is cell phone repair. Cracked screen. Oh, it's just probably 70-80% of our.
Is that really?
It's big. Now, lately, because of the circumstances we're in with the pandemic, we're starting to see an increase now in laptops and computers. We're starting to see a lot more of them come in because people are working from home and, they're constantly on it. We are seeing, for those that have children, I don't, we're seeing a lot more gaming consoles come in.
Right.
I mean, if you have children and I've seen it is honestly, and that unit breaks down, they can't get in. They cannot get in fast enough to get it repaired. I kid you not. And the beauty with this, because gaming consoles, just to talk about that, but really about all of the services that we offer is a free diagnostic. No obligation, nothing, you're not. So we will look at it. We will diagnose it for you for free. We'll tell you exactly what's wrong with it. And then you tell us, hey, you know what, that's worth it for me to fix, or it's not worth it for us.
It's not worth it. Sure.
So it really is a risk-free diagnosis for you.
Interesting when you say you're seeing more laptops coming in for repair because people are working from home. Is that partly because they're not working under ideal conditions as they may have been in the office? So we now have tea and coffee going into keyboards. Or
Peter, I kid you not. I cannot make this up. I just had a friend of mine, his nephew, he came to my house on the weekend, socially distant, of course. He goes, Marco, my nephew, 28-year-old, spilled coffee all over his keyboard. I said, so leave it with me. I took it to my manager at our Cambridge location. He's gonna water damage. I told him, I need at least a couple of days because we're gonna tear it all apart for him.
Right.
What can we fix and what can't? And if it can't, no charge to him. We give it right back to him as he gave it to us.
Do you mean submerging it in rice doesn't work?
That no, it actually doesn't. It really, because it doesn't get to the components inside. It doesn't. It actually sometimes does a little bit more damage. I'll tell you just a little story. A lady put her phone in rice, because that's what people are told to do, right? And it'll soak up the water and any liquid around it. One of the kernels of the grains of rice got stuck in her charge port.
Okay.
So the phone was saved, but then she couldn't charge it anymore.
Couldn't charge it anymore. Yeah.
And didn't know why. So she brought it into us. The first thing we look is what is that? We picked out the rice, put our charger to it, and it's fine. So if I had a nickel every time, honestly, and this is why, when we say we're customer focused, a customer will come in and say, my phone doesn't charge. If I had a nickel every time someone brought it in and we looked at the phone and went in with a pair of tweezers and pulled out a clump of lint that has built up, that's now preventing the connection.
Oh.
Honestly, we just do that. We take it apart, blow it all out, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Here's back your phone, ma'am, sir.
It works.
Yeah, and we never charge for that because we know. Because remember, we're also users of tech, right? Yeah. So we know it. So I mean, for 5 minutes, here you go, and that's how.
I got another one for you, Marco. When I got my first smartphone, because I was somewhat late, the smartphone, and I'll tell you why I got a smartphone. I had one of those old Nokia thin little flip phone things, and my son in Zimbabwe said, our internet connection is so bad, the only way I can communicate with you is via WhatsApp, and you couldn't use WhatsApp on a computer. So he said, go and get a smartphone so we can at least exchange messages. So I got dragged by my other son screaming to the local Bell to upgrade my phone from the very early BlackBerry. But because I live on a farm and I drive a tractor to clear snow and cut wood, and I had horses at the time, I tend to be a bit rough on electronic appliances. So for the last 4 or 5 generations of smartphone, I've always bought a really strong case and a waterproof case, because as I recall, the early phones were not at all waterproof. So I changed to a new Samsung 20, I think last year, and I bought an extra protection case and the extra strong glass to go on the top, and that's what I've got here. Is that worthwhile? Does it give you a lot of added protection, or are the new phones so strong you don't need it?
No, absolutely. From a water resistancy, speaking about the phone you have, the case is going to help you more from a damage standpoint.
Right.
Because the newer phones now, like your S20, all of the flagships, they're very, very delicate. So I always recommend putting some type of screen protector on it. But from a water resistancy standpoint, the case is going to help you a little bit, but not as much. The Samsung on their water resistancy is actually excellent. It is excellent. It really is that good. I have a Samsung as well, right? I love it. I'm an Android user. Right, my wife won't go near Android. She loves her iPhone. She loves it. So, but from that standpoint, from a technology or water resistancy, the Samsung does a really good job. Really good.
Okay, no, thanks for that. I'm glad that I did it, because it's not a huge expense. I think it's $40 or $50 for that extra glass, and
that is worth every penny. I'll put a screen protector on mine. Obviously, part of the services that we offer, we sell accessories. We're not deep in accessories, but if you need cable, screen protectors, cases, we carry, a fairly good inventory of it. So we can, and now we've just started carrying the latest in screen protectors, which is great. It actually has self-healing properties in it. So if you scratch it in a few hours or the next day, that scratch will fill itself in. It's incredible what they're coming out
right?
with. Oh, wow. I kid you not, really.
And what I've got to say is the extra glass screen protector here, when the lady in the shop put it on, it looked quite thick, and I thought, I wonder if that's going to be sensitive, but it doesn't affect the sensitivity of the touch screen at all. It works just like normal. So
that's good. It sounds like she did a good job for her, because a lot of the screen protectors now that they're offering, Peter, because a lot of the phones have curved edges on it.
Right.
And sometimes you get that little bit of a lip.
Yep.
Okay. So there are different products now. Like I said, the one we started carrying is more of it's like a rubber film that goes over. Yeah, and it covers the entire phone. It really fits it perfectly. But it sounds like this one, she did a good job of fitting you with a nice screen protector. Good for her.
No, I'm very happy with it. So yeah, thanks for that. Back to you, Kathleen.
Now, since the beginning of the pandemic, Marco, you mentioned earlier that you've seen an upsurge in the amount of laptops that you're seeing. Is there anything else that how has the pandemic affected your business overall?
Well, we've definitely slowed down a little bit, for sure, and it's honest because people are kind of adhering to kind of their lockdown protocols, which is good. So they're holding on. If their phone has a crack in it, they might hold on to it a little bit longer now, right? So that's how the pandemic has affected us. How we've adapted to it. Because we've been deemed an essential service, okay? So all our employees wear masks. We limit the number of people that come into our stores. We disinfect the store regularly, okay? And we limit the amount of people that can come into the store, so we can maintain social distancing. And our employees all have to do a health check before they come into work. So the company has provided them with all the tools, the app, that if they're not feeling well, they need to log in. And if you're not feeling well, you cannot come into work today. I mean, employee and our customer safety is always at the top of our list. And these are some of the things we've actually put into place, during this time. We've also added, to our services. Obviously, you can still walk in. We have a carry-in business, which is standard, but we do curbside if need be. We actually do mail-in, and we offer free one-day shipping.
Oh.
So yeah, you kind of scratch your head at that and go, who would mail in their device? My 2 stores in Halifax have a thriving mail-in business. Thriving. They just mail it in, we fix it, and we mail it right back. Somehow people in Halifax seem to be a little bit more laid back. I don't know if I could go 3 days with
I could.
Halifax. Yeah, the customers they're okay with not having their phone for 3 days. I don't know if I could do it or not. Probably not, but they can. And the last piece we've implemented, we're just putting the finishing touches on a We Come to You program. We have mobile vans. You can make an appointment. The van comes to you. It's fully loaded, has all the inventory in it, all the necessary equipment in it. We repair the phone right there and give it back to you on the spot.
And to be clear, Marco, and your company, when laptop breaks down, we're talking about the hardware. We're not talking about software.
No, we can do software as well. We do. Oh, absolutely. We can reinstall software that's been in the phone already. We do that quite often. Reinstall Windows, reinstall the software back into the place. Definitely we can do that. Primarily, yes, Kathleen, it's mostly the hardware part that we work on, but we do some software work as well. Absolutely.
Okay. I got something extra I want to ask Marco while we've got a minute or two. You're obviously very close to the whole electronic communication device market, because that's your lifeblood, repairing them. So if you were to gaze into your crystal ball and look, let's just say 5 years ahead, what stunning new technology do you think we're going to be comfortable with in 5 years' time?
Oh my God. I mean, I can just see us. I can see every year, just from a cell phone standpoint, to what they are capable of doing now. To me, absolutely just amazes me what they can do. I can see our cell phone being almost our sole device that we operate on now. Like that we literally do everything on. We won't need a TV anymore. Some of them are they're basically mini computers now. They really are. You can hook it up to a monitor. You can do anything with it. So I can see us being almost solely dependent on, and that phone almost doing everything for you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is,
Wow.
yeah, just the technology just keeps getting better and better and better. Like the cameras in the phones now. I mean, my wife has a camera where she bought from, you know, a reputable camera shop 10 years ago. She doesn't, the picture from that camera is, you know, our phone cameras are almost as good. Now you're going to get into expensive photography. We're in a different game now when you do. But boy, the clarity of picture now and what the phones can do is absolutely incredible. Incredible.
Well, you're absolutely right. I went to Europe for a little walk in 2019, and I was considering buying a really good. And when I told the camera shop, I said my budget is like a couple of $1,000. He said, "What phone have you got?" And I had the earlier Samsung from the one I showed you. I can't remember what it was, but the one before the 20. He said, "Look, unless you spend about $5,000, you're not going to get any better pictures than you're going to take with that phone." So
you won't notice the difference. Yeah.
And he said, it's yet another piece of equipment to carry along. He said, just use your phone. And I did, and perfect pictures. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Anyway, that's me. And I know our time is coming to an end. Kathleen.
So Marco, how can our audience reach out to you and contact you?
Easiest way to do this is from our website, UBREAKIFIX.com. You can set an appointment there. You can start a repair. You can communicate with us. And the other way is through Google. Okay. Ask us a question. We respond within the same day, no later than the next business day. And that's the way people just are communicating to us. They go right to the store. They find our store. They go onto Google. Hey, what do you charge to fix this? Can you fix this? And we can do that. So our website, or honestly through Google. If you find us, call the store, no problem.
Excellent.
More than happy.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Marco.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Marco, it's been a delight. Thank you so much for being on the show. We really appreciated that. And thank you all so very much for tuning in again. We appreciate reading your comments, so please keep them coming. And if anyone out there is interested in being a guest on our show, please don't hesitate to reach out to either Peter or myself. So until next time, everyone, bye-bye.
Bye.